Let's roll down onto our backs. Walk the heels in towards those sits bones. You can reach for those heels. Check in, they're about sits bones distance apart. And then flip the palms up to the ceiling. Take a breath. Exhale, let it all go. Allow your ribs to just settle a little heavier and your pelvis to ground down. Another inhale. Breathe in, expand the ribs. Exhale, allow the ribs to soften back down towards the mat. Let the skull be heavy. Good. Adding on, take a breath. Start to exhale, draw the belly button towards the spine as your front ribs knit together and they heavy down towards those back ribs. Keeping the collarbones nice and broad. Another one. Belly draws to the spine as your front ribs knit together and heavy down. Adding on, inhale, begin to exhale, curl the tailbone under so much that you're going to imprint your low back to the mat and start to press into all four corners of your feet and start to lift those hips up. Continue lifting the hips up until eventually you're in one long line from your shoulders, hips, and knees. Pause at the top. As you exhale, curl the tailbone under and then feel the heels pull in towards the sit bones. Just firing up through those glutes and hamstrings. And then on your next exhale, when you're ready, keep the hips high, let the ribs soften down, and continue to articulate one bone at a time, the spine back down. We'll do 4 more, a little quicker now. Peeling one bone off the mat at a time. Think of those knees stretching over those toes. Abs zipping up in opposition. Firing up to the backs of the legs. Allow the back of the neck to soften. And again, melt each bone down one at a time. 3 more. Just sequencing through the spine here. Feeling what parts of the spine may feel sticky. Bring some breath into them. Keeping that length, start to roll back down. We'll do one more plane before we add on. Again, checking that you're pressing into all 4 corners. You're not rolling out to the outsides of the feet or the inner arches. And then melting back down. The next time you're up in your bridge, we're gonna hold that bridge on up. Good. From here, all I want you to do is drive your right foot into the mat. Like you could send it through the floor and then lengthen. Left foot presses down actively. You could hammer it through the mat into the floor. One more, pressing firmly into the right foot only. Good, and pressing into the left. And then press into both feet evenly. I want you to lower your pelvis down halfway and then press into both feet and drive the hips up. So you lower the hips and then you lift them back up. As you lower, I want you to think of widening through the sitting bones and then tuck and squeeze the bones towards each other as you lift the hips up. Continue here. So we're getting a nice smile line where your glutes and hamstrings connect. Checking that your ribs are settled heavy. We've got 4 more. For 3. For 2. For 1. Hold the hips up, take a breath, and then slowly articulate the spine, one bone at a time, all the way down. One more variation, roll back up to that bridge. Good. From here, I want you to stand into your right foot more. Float your left leg into tabletop. Pausing here, check that your left hip hasn't dropped, and then place that left foot back down. Press into your left foot firmly, right leg floats into tabletop. Keep the hips square to the sky or ceiling, and then place your right foot down. Keep alternating here, left. Place it directly down, and then your right. Keep marching here for 6. Keep those hip bones leveled for 5. For 4. For 3. for 2. One more. Pause with your left leg into tabletop. Flex the foot, place your left ankle over your right thigh. Hands on the hips. You're gonna lower the hips down halfway and then drive into your right foot, lift the hips up. Lower and lift. We've got 8. We've got 7. For 6. For 5. For 4. 3. 2. 1. Hold it up. Left hip drops and then lifts. Left hip drops and lifts. 6. For 5. For 4. For 3. For 2. And 1. Both hips sit down to the mat and take a little stretch. Figure 4 here. Good, you can definitely rock those knees side to side, really opening up through that left hip. And then place your feet back down. We have got one more side. Inhaling here, curl the tailbone under, rise those hips up. Again, really drive into that left foot. Bring your right leg into tabletop, flex your right foot, place that right ankle on top of your left thigh. Hips are nice and leveled to the ceiling, keep them square. From here, you lower your hips halfway down, and then you drive into your left foot, lift it up. Lower, and then you lift. We're here for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the hips up. Maybe touch the hip points, drop your right hip, and then lift it back up. Right hip dips and lifts. You've got 6, for 5, for 4, 3, 2, last one. Both hips sit down to the mat and then take that figure 4 stretch. Breathe here, allow your neck, jaw to soften. No tension in the upper body. Bring some breath into that right hip. Place the feet down. We're just gonna roll onto our left side. So you want your hips stacked, shoulders stacked. I'm gonna lie all the way down on my left bicep here. Top hand to top hip. Natural curvature in my low back. So my hips are at the back of the mat, shins parallel to the front. From here, you're gonna squeeze your heels together and lift that knee up a few inches and then lower it back down. So we're squeezing the heels, finding a nice baby clam here. Check as the knees open, our ribs stay knit together and down. Our belly's pulled in, so our left oblique is engaged. Good. Squeeze those heels together. Good, we got 6 more. We're starting to open up through that right hip, but also get some activation through our right glute med. Last 4. For 3, 2, you're gonna hold that leg up. From here, you're gonna lift that leg and then lower it. So the leg lifts and lowers. So it's a nice deep hinge from the right hip and it lowers. For 4, for 3, keep pressing that right hip forward. For 2, and 1, hold that thigh where it is. Turn in, knee to knee, and then heel to heel. Knee to knee, and then heel to heel. Continue here for 6, for 5. So we're going from internal rotation to external rotation. Last 4, for 3, for 2. Keep the knee internally rotate, take a breath, and you're gonna extend your leg out and then squeeze the knees back in on the breath in, and then press it out, and then squeeze it back in. We're here for 8, 7, 6, really extend and lay through the right side of the waist. For 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it here, take a breath. You're gonna sweep it forward And then press it right back underneath you. Right leg sweeps forward and then lengthens back out. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, sweep that leg forward, dial those toes down, we'll pulse it up and up, abs in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that down, give yourself a good little smack, and then we'll swing our legs all the way around, right into the other side. Again, hips back and stacked, top hands, top hip. Start to open that left knee up towards the ceiling and then resist it back down. So nice controlled descent with that leg, don't just drop it. Again, abs are pulling in, front ribs are knit together, and pull down. Check in with that upper body. Easy breezy neck and shoulders. Second side is always a little harder than the first side because we're sneakily working on the other side. But you should surely start to feel that left outer glute start to wake up. We'll do 5. 4, keep actively squeezing those heels together. 3, 2, hold the knee up. Take a breath. You're just going to lift the leg and then lower it. So you're going to find a nice deep hinge through that left hip. Make sure your left hip doesn't fall back as you do this. For 5, for 4, 3, knee up to the ceiling. 2, hold the knee up, internally rotate the knee to knee, and then heel to heel. Knee to knee, and then heel to heel. We're here for 8, up and over. You've got 7. You've got 6, 5, 4, 3, lift the knee up through center, lift it up through center. 2, hold the internal rotation on 1, knee to knee, extend it all the way out, exhale. Knee to knee, internal rotation. I want you to feel as if your 2 hip bones can get closer towards each other. Press it out. And reach. 6 more. For 5. For 4. 3. 2. Ooh, last one. Hold that left leg out. Keep it long. Sweep it forward. Breathe. Press it back out. Exhale. You've got this. Keep going. Inhale. Sweep it forward. And then reach it back out. 8. Again, pelvis stays steady. Just swing that femur bone forward. Abs drawing in. 4. 3. 2. Last one, you sweep that left leg forward, hold it there, dial those toes down, let's pulse it up. Abs in and up in opposition, stretch your left heel longer. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee in, whew, give it that hip a little smack. And then we'll come up to seated for a much needed stretch. Fingertips face your hips, feet are grounded, lift your hips up, extend your right leg out, flex that right foot over your left ankle like earlier, take the hips straight down. Chest is proud. You can always have your fingertips face back actually and walk your hips a little closer towards that foot to get a deeper stretch. You can stay still. I like to move in the movement. Place your right foot down. Fingertips face your glutes again. Drive into both feet and your palms. Lift up. Lift your left leg up, flex it, place it on top of that right thigh, and then lower the hips directly down. Puff up the chest, proud chest. Fingertips can reach back again. Broaden up the collarbone. You'll surely feel one side will be tighter than the other. Move through it. Now let's take my hips an inch closer. To that foot. Place both feet down, open your knees wide, lift your chest up. Take a deep breath in, round your spine, bow your head. Another one, inhale, just look up. Again, walk your hands a little closer to your seat, your knee, and then exhale. Last one. Exhale, hands towards those ankles. Sit up tall, sit up proud. Give yourself a nice shoulder roll. Forward, up, and back. You guys are done.